and she don't give two shits about people. She
All
just
right,
cares about
so-
Louis and, her sex life. Anyway,
Cares
so
about that
Beverly,
sex life, honey.
yeah, that sex life. So
Beverly Hills. I mean, okay, this is what I think. I think we should talk about the show first and then what's going on in the real world.
Okay.
Because what's going on in the real world is insane. This is insane. Lawsuits, bots that people are claiming. I mean, this is crazy. But let's just talk about the show first.
Okay.
What did you think of last night's episode, and where would you like to begin? I have notes.
I would like to begin with what happened between Sutton and Diana, because everyone was DMing me last night already. What do you think? I think it was a disgrace. But what I would have said, being Kim D, when she called her a see you next Tuesday, I would have said, yes, doll. It takes one to know one, fucker. Okay. That's what I would have said. It takes one to know one because you are disgusting. Okay. And why don't you talk about tongues? Why don't you try keeping that tongue in your mouth? All right, Diana. That would have been me. Sutton really backed down to her. I mean, I think Sutton was just beat up. They're just beating all over her. I've never seen her back down like that. But I would have been, yeah, bitch. That's right. I am. Takes one to know one.
Well, first of all, I'd love to see you in a match with Diana. That would be, I think, very entertaining for all these listeners, and
I also
myself
don't
included.
And I don't know if you recognize this, but while they're showing the show, do you know how many times they have to say inaudible? Because they don't understand what she's saying. She mumbles along with her accent, which I think the accent's cute, but she mumbles. And just like that other crazy Mary Crosby, she's another one. I don't understand a fucking word she says, but she mumbles. Like Miss what? Because you have, money, like Luann de Lesseps says, money can't buy you class, honey. I don't give a shit how much money she has. I said it from the beginning. I don't like this woman. Okay. She could sue all the people she wants. She's got the money to do it. Very hard. You're a lawyer to claim defamation. It's very hard, especially when you're in the public eye. It's very hard. Listen, I don't like people saying shit about people. I've had things said about me. Very hard to prove it. Very hard to prove defamation.
Okay, let's break this down. First of all, I love a Mary Cosby and a Countess Lou reference in one rant. So thank you for that. Welcome to Salt Lake, Kim. We'll get to that. I love it. I love that you've learned who Mary Cosby is. We're going to talk about her later, and I'll compare her to Diana a little bit.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Sutton always, I feel, ends up crying. Like this was last season. So look, it's just, I get what Kyle was saying. Like, I respect that you're being so honest. So in a way, I guess you're being honest. You're saying it to her face, but it just was uncomfortable to watch. Like,
what was more uncomfortable is the way Erika laughed. I think that was the clincher, how she really laughed. Like, that was the clincher. I think coming from Diana, who gives a shit? Like, who cares what you think? But when Erika laughed that way,
that was only ugly. That, but it's like, this is why, no, I'm not convinced, but this is, look, there's also no point in talking anymore. We're going to see what happens with the cast, but this is what adds me to think they're breaking up this Fox Force 4. It's not even just her. It's that Kyle is so, it's like, it's a double standard and it's just bullying. It is.
Yeah.
Rinna's sitting there like, what? Sutton's whole point of like, wait a second, you have a problem with this. When Erika calls me a C-unit, everyone's mad at me for unfollowing her. And when she calls me a C-unit, and Rinna's like, well, why should they just don't see it? Rinna, Kyle, Dorit, Erika, they just don't see it. So it's like, it's not even just Erika, it's Kyle and saying, let her talk, and Rinna saying like, why should it come to your defense? So, could you imagine if they called you a see you next Tuesday, Rinna? It's like, it's not real anymore. It's like, you just can't see outside of yourself. You're not taking all the facts into play. And I
agree.
That really was uncomfortable by the time Sutton broke down.
It was.
It's not, Sutton is, I've said before, I really find her authentic. Love her or hate her.
No, she is authentic. I believe every word she says.
Right.
No.
So that was just sad. That was just
It was
mean.
bad. I wish I was in that room because that's exactly what I would have said to both of them. Takes one to know one. You know, I mean, they're more that than anyone. I mean, they act like that. You know, Sutton, like you said, she might be frisky and do some crazy things and say some stuff and maybe start a little trouble and do a little fibbing here and there. But those two are nasty. Woo, nasty, nasty girls. Nasty.
And they're saying, I mean, Diana's whole thing is saying, like, is there a person in there? Yes, there is. She's breaking down crying. And Diana's
Yeah,
whole
mama.
thing is like that. She thinks Sutton had an ulterior motive in that conversation. She didn't. She wasn't, there was no
come here.
angle. She was just trying to understand. And like, I get why Diana's upset, but like, there, I mean, what, like, it's kind of like what Crystal said, like, she's apologized. She didn't, like, what, where do we go from here? You got to move
Right.
on, girl. It's
Right.
bad. It's bad. She did some bad things. Like, you don't like what she did. Just, you got to move on.
Yeah, it's a
It's
little bit, you know what it
sad.
is? It's a little bit, she's a narcissist. So she says stupid things because she makes things about her. It's almost like, I don't know. I mean, when Erika and Diana say it, they're just like vicious women. When Sutton says it, I think it's because she's like she said, a little sloppy with her words. Hi, honey. A little
Yeah.
sloppy with her words, a little silly or whatever. Like, I wouldn't give her a pass on everything. But, you know, listen, I don't get upset by words. Somebody called me, see you next Tuesday. I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Same here.
Yeah, I am.
Same here.
It's a shit. It's a word. Who cares?
I would be like, so are you? Like, right, like, fuck
That's
off.
like what
who
I said.
cares?
So are you. Takes one to know one. Don't care about words. Don't care about name calling. I've been called everything, and I could care less.
Me too.
You know, I could care less. I would just, right. So
Sutton cares, which makes us like her more, but it really is uncomfortable.
Yeah,
that was
it was
not
terrible.
good.
It was more Erika's laugh. Erika really put the nail in the coffin by the way she like laughed, ha ha ha, and turned her back like it was like the Wicked Witch of the West, like laughing. And yeah, it was an ugly situation. I got to tell you,
everyone's just sitting there. I mean, I understand no one wants to speak up because, like, why insert yourself? But like, Dorit and I mean, nobody's saying a word. I mean, listen, this is what
Garcelle said
right.
That's not right.
What makes her a good housewife, though, Garcelle.
Yeah,
like she's not screaming. She's not screaming from the rafters. She's saying that's not right. What? Like, that's not nice, Diana.
No,
so I mean,
terrible.
And Garcelle is not doing it because Sutton's her friend. She speaks up when she has to.
Exactly. No, she said it because it's not cool. I honestly am going to tell you, there was not one outfit that I can say, I can't even pick outfit of the night. I can pick the ugliest one. What was that 2-piece jogging outfit